What I'm going to share with you in this video today is the secret of my success. And it doesn't have to be hard, okay? And what I'm going to share with you in this video is going to change your life forever. So pay attention and take notes and truly absorb this information, because it will excel your life in your relationships, in your business, with your physique, your health, everything within your reality. It will change absolutely everything once you truly understand it. All right, where I'm getting this from is the Master Key System by Charles Hannell. And I'm going to share with you a enumerated point in 3 and 7, because this is truly what changed my life. And it took me a while to understand it, because I didn't have someone that could explain it to me the way that I'm going to explain to you right now. And so let's begin. What I want to give you from this is, or tell you, is that if you apply this and you truly understand it, and you may be stuck in your life right now, your business isn't growing the way that you want it to grow, you're not making the money that you want to make, your relationships are suffering, your physique is suffering, your health is suffering, this is going to change everything for you. Once you change your view and you truly understand what I'm going to tell you in this video, you're going to 10x everywhere in your life. And it could happen tomorrow, it could happen today, it could happen in 2 hours from you watching this video, just simply by knowing it and understanding it now. Enumerated point 3. Difficulties, inharmonies, and obstacles that come to you in your life, they are indicating that you are either refusing to give out what you no longer need, or refusing to accept what you require to grow. And I'm going to explain this further, that way you can truly understand this. And I'm going to pull back from 7 back to 3 once I read this. All conditions and experiences that come to you do so for your benefit. All difficulties and all obstacles will continue to come until you absorb the wisdom from those things and gather from them the essentials of further growth. What this means is, all the difficulties and inharmonies and obstacles that you have that are happening to you right now in your life are all happening for your benefit, because there's something within your self-concept that needs to grow, that needs to understand what's happening to you, that needs to understand where you need to make changes within yourself in order to get to that more successful business, that more successful relationship, that to be more healthy, to have a better physique, all of these things, okay? That's why those things are happening to you. All of the difficulties and harmonies and obstacles, conditions and experiences that come to you are coming to you for your benefit, and they will continue to come until you absorb the wisdom from those things. So if you want them to stop happening, you have to understand what I'm saying. That's when they remove themselves from your reality. Is once you make that small little shift and understand that these difficult things are happening to you for your benefit, all the obstacles, all the difficulties are actually happening in your favor. That's God shining his light down on you and telling you, your higher self is telling you that you need to change somewhere, you need to get better somewhere. You need to shift your perception, because we live in an observatory world. Imagination creates reality, but where is your attention? If you have an obstacle or something difficult that comes into your life and you view it that way, that it's not actually happening for your benefit, then it just keeps happening over and over in your life until you understand that. So understand this. Listen, write this stuff down, absorb this, download this, and listen to this every day until you get it, okay? Difficulties and harmonies and obstacles that come to your life are indicating that you are either refusing to give out what you no longer need, all right, your old concept of yourself, or you are refusing to accept what you require to turn into that 10x version of yourself. That's why these things are happening. And until you do, they're going to continue to keep happening until you change your observation of them. And remember, all conditions and experiences that come to you do so for your benefit. Difficulties and obstacles will continue to come to your life until you absorb the wisdom from those things and gather from them the essentials of further growth. So when I learned this, I realized that the difficult things and the obstacles that were happening in my life, where I was blaming other people or I was blaming other things, once I made that shift, I realized it was me that had to change. And when I made that observation, it was me that shifted, and they stopped happening. They literally stopped happening. And all of these great things just started coming in my life, raining down on me. And in every area, business, relationships, love, family, health, physique, everything. Once you understand this hits every single level. This is the secret to success. Because remember, we're living in a world that comes from within you. And when you have something that's trying to level you up that comes to you in your life, and you observe it as a nuisance or something that's keeping you from your wish fulfilled or the new identity or your new desire that you're trying to create or your new business or whatever it is, that's when it fails. That's when you'll never advance to that next level until you understand this. Once you understand that it's actually happening for your benefit, that it's actually your higher self leaning down upon you and shining a light on you and saying, listen, I know where you want to go. I know what you want to be, but you can't get there until you see this, till you overcome this obstacle that's within you. In order to get those things, you have to overcome this obstacle within yourself. If you want to live that life, that's what it's going to take. And that's your higher self blessing you, looking down upon you and loving you. It's love, and you have to see it that way. That you're truly loving yourself when you when you have obstacles, when you have difficulties, when you have inharmonies in your life. That's your higher self telling you where you need to, the things you need to fix within yourself in order to be the person that you want to be. And until you see that, you're never going to be that person. You're never going to be that person. And when I first went to prison, I looked at it as an obstacle, as a difficulty, as something that was holding me back from happiness. But prison was my happiness. That's where I found happiness, because that difficulty, that obstacle came to me so I can create the things that I'm creating today and sharing this video with you today. Otherwise, I never would be here. I never would have advanced myself. I never would have saw it that way. And it was my higher self showing me my true potential, because I was introduced from my grandfather to Neville Goddard. And I started visualizing. I started trying to change myself, and then it got worse before it got better. But that's why, because I was trying to get better. So it said, wait a minute, no. You want to get there from where you are now? Okay, you got to do this. This has to happen to you. If you want to get to that level. And as soon as I observed it that way, that's when I was out of prison. When I finally made the shift, that's when I was gone. That's when everything just clicked and everything just worked out exactly how it worked, how it was supposed to work out. I ever dreamed of it working out. And it was because I realized that those things were developing me and growing me, and I had to absorb the wisdom from those things and stop avoiding myself. I had to look at myself in the mirror and make the changes. I had to make the changes. All right, so this is the Master Key System, part 15. All right, just want to let you know, this is part 15, the Master Key System. This is actually the same exact book I had in prison. I lost the cover, I retaped it a few times, and I let people borrow it, and I ended up getting it back, and I still have it, and this is the original that I had with me for many, many years in prison and studying this stuff. So I'm going to read this one more time, guys. Write this down. Difficulties, inharmonies, and obstacles that come to your life indicate that you are either refusing to give out what you no longer need or refusing to accept what you require to grow. Enumerated point 7, all conditions and experiences that come to you do so for your benefit. Difficulties and obstacles will continue to come to you until you absorb the wisdom from those things and gather from them the essentials of further growth. I changed some of the verbiage myself to better help you understand it, because this book was written 100 years ago, okay? It was written 100 years ago. It's actually raining a little bit on me in Florida. Sometimes it'll be sunny one second, then it'll start raining, and there's love bugs everywhere, flying everywhere. And you got the love bug thing over here. Listen, I love you all, and I wanted to share this video with you today because it's so important to understand this, to change your observation of your world, because we're living in an observatory world. Once you start making that shift to where you're not within yourself being the victim of your world and thinking that these things are holding you back, when it's really your highest self in the fourth dimension, time, space, shining a light down on you, trying to show you where you need to grow and how you need to change your perception of everything, because wherever your attention flows, that's where it's going to grow. And if you have negative things and obstacles coming into your life and you're viewing them as negative, that, oh my gosh, I got to get around this. I got to get around this. I got to try to swerve around this and not deal with this thing within myself. That's when they keep happening. That's when we keep having the same problems keep popping up in our lives until we absorb the wisdom from those things and we conquer those things within ourselves. That is the key, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. And I wanted to share that. So passionate about this stuff. I love this stuff, and I love to help, and I just want everybody to grow. And I want each and every one of you, I want to get at least 50% of you today to apply this and change your life. If I can even get one of you today, you know who you are. If I can even get you, yes, to apply this in your life, write this down, memorize it, keep it in the forefront of your mind, and know that all obstacles, all conditions, all difficulties, all these things are happening for your benefit so you can 10x your business, 10x your love lives, your relationships, your physique, your health, everything, and love your life. And then that's it. That's it. If I can get just one of you, and you, I think I know who you are, and you know who you are. And I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.